Nay.
Nay.
Welcome to the Hybrid803 podcast. We was not just on the same channel doing a music review. You didn't see that. Okay. So I am Hybrid803 with my co-host
Shanny Rocks.
and we are known as Shanny and Hybe. All right. So today's question for the podcast was brought in by gang member Eternally Risen.
Rizzle.
Okay, and Three Eyes Open, was it Third Eyes Open Radio is a podcast. And she had gave us a good topic. I want to make sure y'all get it right. Yeah, Three Eyes Open Radio, that's a podcast. I want to make sure I say the right thing. We be checking out great interviews. But she had posed the question of how do we feel about pronouns being used today? Okay, and like how people are discussing saying that they want to be considered he or them or they or she and them.
Yeah, she, her.
First, okay, before we even get into this, I want y'all to know that whatever we say, we respect, okay, everybody's decisions and everything. Um, but we have certain views on it or whatever, so you can tell that by disclaimer. By this disclaimer, we don't want to hurt anybody or offend anybody. We're just keeping it real, coming from the heart and letting y'all know how we feel. Okay? So let's go ahead and get in. All right, so now, how do we feel about the pronouns being used today in today's society? Okay. Well, I have a stepdaughter. I have a daughter and a stepdaughter, and they go to school, and the teachers be telling them about asking them what kind of pronouns they want to be called, the they or the them and the him. And personally, I don't agree with it. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I don't agree with it is because I feel like they're basically talking about sex. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you say your pronoun, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to say what is the type of sex, what type of sex do you desire to have? And if they're kids, they don't need to be thinking about that. You understand what I'm saying? And I think, I just in my opinion, I feel like that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a person should be, defined by what they were born as. If you have male genitalia, you're a man. If you have female genitalia, you're a female. Now, if you decide to do whatever it is you want to do later on in life,
that's your business.
Yeah, that's your business. But at the end of the day, I just feel like you're pushing sex on kids. That's basically what I'm thinking. What's going on with it, and I don't agree with that at all in any sense. You understand what I'm saying? And then they say that kids need to be in an environment where they need to learn about today's environment and stuff like that, and being with different people, different genders, and things like that. And I'm like, okay, well, they also need to learn about taxes. They also need to learn about life skills. You know what I'm saying? They need to learn about rent, finances, budgeting. You understand what I'm saying? They need to learn about interacting with other people, just people in general. They need to understand how the world really is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how cold it can be, and how some people are out there for themselves, and how to handle that. I think we should do that. I mean, since we're talking about things that they need to be exposed to. You understand what I'm saying? How do you feel about it, Shanny? I don't want to just keep on leading and stuff.
I mean, I feel the same way. It's like whatever, how you was born, I think that should be, the way that you should identify yourself. Because we can say all day, hey, I want to identify myself as a rich person, but they're going to laugh and think we just playing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
right.
If it's so like open and so broad and you could just claim what you want to claim, then how can, why is it so different with other aspects of it, So, right. And then back to what I was saying with the teacher, like one day the teacher called, she was like, yeah, she described this young fella as a gay boy. And I was like, why would you?
Well, explain to it, because you just kind of jumped into it, but
my daughter had a altercation
Right.
at school or whatever, and then the lady had to call, and she was like, "Hey, she had altercation with a gay boy," and I was like, I thought it was weird how she identified him by his sexual preference,
Right.
and I was like, why can't you just say, with a boy? Like, why
Right.
you
With a
had
boy.
to tell me that he was, gay or whatever?
Right.
So I thought that was, I thought that was weird. I thought that wasn't, professional.
Right.
And I don't think the kids should be exposed to that. Like how I was saying, like when they get older, um, if they want to make that decision on their own and change, who they are, whatever, and how they feel about themselves and what they think about themselves, let them do that once they get older. But don't, spring it on them.
Don't do that.
So young, because they mind still developing, and they don't know a lot, a lot of things or whatever. They still trying to learn or whatever. So
right.
I just think that you should just wait till they get older to make that decision.
Right.
Well,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Rest in peace to my homeboy AJ. We used to pretend like he was a bear and I was like a like a cat type, X-Men mutant superhero motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We ran around fighting like putties from Power Rangers, and we called ourselves the X-Cats. We had a vivid imagination. It was just us, me, and little white boy AJ, and you know what I'm saying? And as much as we believed that we was out there doing this, that we was some alien race animals that came to this planet to protect it, that is not the case. And no one would you would think it would be kind of funny or weird for anybody to come at us and be like, no, if that's what they believe they are, that's what they believe they are. And that's just ridiculous. Yeah. You understand? Another thing too, why is it offensive when people try to be different races? I remember when when the white woman wanted to become a black woman, right? And all the black women were tripping. Oh, I don't want, she shouldn't do that. She knows she was wrong for that, whatever. But yet still they will accept, other situations, like the gay situations. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you can't be another race, but if you want to be another sex, that's cool. And I'm like, why do we draw lines?
Yeah, like it should just be open to everything, like
right.
Sex, gender, nationalities.
Right.
It should be just across the whole board,
Right. But then if we do that, then we're going to start breaking laws because, there's people out there that are this trans age thing going on.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And when you got somebody who's 40 years old talking about, hey, I feel like I'm 12, so I should be able to date your 12-year-old daughter, because I didn't have a childhood. That's when things get a little bit weird. Yeah. A little bit weird. That's when things get fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to understand what we're saying and what we're accepting, and why do we accept certain things over other things. You know what I'm saying? Again, and when I say accepted, I'm saying like, why do we, go and get offended by other things? Again, we do not dislike, any gay people, anything like that. We're not bashing anybody. If that is your decision, that is your decision. I'm just saying, don't have it on kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did you see that picture with D Wade and his son, on Facebook? They had a picture of D Wade and his son, and he's this son is he's one
the sex change.
Yeah, he wants it. I don't know if he got it yet. I don't know. Maybe the viewers might know. I don't know. Let us know if y'all know anything about that. But it just looked odd to me. He's tall, standing up, and I understand. His dad, wants to protect him and wants to embrace him and everything like that. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, this ain't what a little kid need to be thinking about, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he be wearing dresses and showing his legs. It's like.
And then what if he changes his mind when he get older? Like, you can't just do that like it's just like you putting on a piece of clothing. Like, okay, I'm gonna put this jacket on today. It's like that's like a permanent change, know. And then that causes depression, all kind of stuff. Like once you get older, and once you're like, oh, I think I made a mistake.
Even if they don't get the sex change, just doing that. Yeah. Doing those actions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That could, like, really traumatize someone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Welcome to the Hybrid 803 podcast. I am your host, Hybrid 803, with co-host
Shani Rocks.
And yeah, we talking about pronouns today, and the he, they, the them, and all that good stuff. Touchy subject, but we just giving y'all what our opinion is on it. Shouts out to everybody who rocks with us. Shouts out to our LGBT community that does rock with us. The few of them that do rock with us, and you know what I'm sizzling. Yeah, because they know how we get out. You know what I'm saying? They know it ain't nothing. It's all love. But
it's all love. Be open and honest with everybody.
Right.
And just
right. But keep the kids out of it, man. That's all I'm just saying, man. I remember back in the day. What's that movie, Holiday Heart?
Mm-hmm.
And on Holiday Heart, he was like, tripping about how the new age ones is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like they so young and out and trying to do it so young.
Yeah.
And he was saying,
like, I'm old school gay.
Yeah. He was like, I'm old school. Yeah, they do it different. They're not gonna sit there and just holler at no straight dude off the meat.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I can't stand too now. Like, I respect you and everything, but please, why me respecting you means you don't respect me?
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of them are like this, but if a woman says they don't want nobody looking at them, all this and whatever, I don't want to go nowhere and I don't want no man looking at me. You should understand that. You know what I'm saying? But they always, you hear a woman, oh, you should take that as a compliment. Oh, he didn't know if he asked. And I'm like, I don't even want to be approached like that.
Yeah, and they know.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And that's weird. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why we, defending such this crazy ass change in the world. I don't know where everything is going on and why it's like this, but like when we was doing research on this subject, like someone said, your sex is defined by it's all in you. It's defined by what you were born as. You may not know what a person may wanted to be identified as when he was alive, but you will most definitely know what type of sex they was if you look them up and do DNA testing and things of that
nature. Trying to identify their body or something. If something happened to them, you would know.
Right.
What the sex is or whatever.
Right. So you know what I'm saying. I don't know why it's like that. And then let's even take it even further. Like, how would you feel if you knew Dykes was coming in the locker room and Planet Fitness?
Yeah, just kind of.
Just how would you like they just coming in there and changing clothes? Just think about it.
Yeah.
And we supposed to be accepting.
Especially like in some instances, they probably, like you said, they probably might approach you and then cross the line,
right?
Knowing what's up.
And
so
right.
Like, if that's you, that's what you want to do. That's what. Remember back in the day we used to say that. Well, all right, now keep that over there.
But I'm asking you, how would you? I think you're going over. How would you feel if you knew that like they just started accepting that at Planet Fitness?
Weird.
And how would you feel if you had to? Because a dude said he identified as that.
Weird.
Then it doesn't mean they don't have to dress a certain way. So what if a dude like me just walked up in there and I was like, hey, I identify as a woman, so let me in the female locker room. I got a chain.
Now they're like, hold on.
I got condoms because I needed to bring them for the men.
See, that would be cool then.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I just be thinking about like the real situations and everything like that, And then another thing too, like, why you can't identify as another fucking animal or something?
They'll think you crazy.
Yeah, but there's a little fetish that I seen. The old girl was a dog in a cage.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, she
barking and all.
And she was barking and all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Why you looking at me? Dog, give me no answer.
Anyway, just saying. Without saying. Meet me a dog right now. Boosie had a tiger.
Oh yeah, he did have a tiger.
He had a tiger.
Then she had Boosie badass on her ass.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So, and then here's another thing too. If you identify as they or them, right? Well, what if I was a landlord and I came to your house and wanted to kick you out because you had multiple people in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that? Is that a
I
real?
don't know.
Because if they identify as them,
multiple people.
What's up, Scuffy, man? What's happening, man? Gang up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Scuffy dude and came through. You know what I'm saying? But what if,
That is a good question. Like, they have to get charged like double rent or something.
Right, like, because, like on leases, you got to know who all in the house.
Yeah, who all the tenants in the house.
Right. And what if you go to the movies and they be like, all right, here go a ticket for you, sir. And you're like, no, I identify as them. And they're like, well, how many are you?
It's 3 of us.
There's 3 of us. And then he's like, oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Triple charge.
Where's my ticket? $50. Your tickets.
Yeah, tickets. Tell it.
Here you go for each one of you peoples. All one of you. But if you fight somebody, do you get manslaughter for jumping?
Oh. See, they don't think about all that across the board.
When you have sex and you identify yourself as a them or a they, is it automatically a gangbang?
Is it a threesome, a train?
Depending on how many people you identify yourself as.
Yeah.
Because if you identify yourself with 2 people every time you have sex with one person, it's a threesome.
It's a threesome.
But any more than that, then you pretty much running the train on that female. She don't even know it. And that's the sad part. They don't even know it.
See, and what if that person identifies herself as more than one person? So now
that's an orgy.
That's an orgy.
That's an orgy.
That's a swingers party.
That's a swing. Now we swinging in this motherfucker. So people need to really figure. But at the end of the day, you are what the hell you born as. You can be what you want to be. Like the army say, be all that you can be. But damn it, you in my eyes, you are who you are.
Yeah.
Again, I can't, the police can't put me over and I can't be like, oh, I'm a white man. I'm a millionaire white man. That's what I identify as.
You're right.
Yeah. I do identify as a millionaire. Matter of fact, I identify as a millionaire. And this house I identify this house as a mansion. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? You got to hear me out, man. You got to identify and will yourself into, why we got to do gender and just stop there? Identify and will yourself into some positivity.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
So what you speak, it manifests.
Kanye said he was a god. How come everybody ain't say nothing about that? That's what his pronoun was. He said he wanted, and everybody looked at him crazy.
That's the thing. Now they have to get into the mental health for the people. They don't want to hear that.
Kanye really is kind of crazy, though. He got, with that whole Kim Kardashian situation and Pete and all that, and all these things. Pete would have just, I wouldn't have caught, I was about to say Pete would have caught the fade, but no, he would have caught the fade because at the end of the day, that's fucking Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, so what you expect?
She would have never caught the seed in a JJ trap box. You understand what I'm saying? Can't do that.
You gotta treat them how they is.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you identify as? Them, they? How many are you? Because I just need to know how many
it's just me, man. Just me, man. Look at you.
I want another Shannon. Me 2 Shannons.
Twins. I wish I was a twin.
You think your twin? You just gonna say you like it? You think your twin?
We share.
Anyway, this episode is gonna be on the Hybrid803 podcast on Spotify, and we almost forgot about our sponsors. Who is sponsoring the Shanny?
Shantae's Epilation. She is Shantae's Epilation eyebrow threading in Columbia, South Carolina. It's pretty much hair removal for your eyebrows. I also do the eyebrow tint. So if you want to get your eyebrows filled in with temporary eyebrow color, and it lasts about a good 2 weeks, so you won't wake up with any hassles. You can just wake up to brows and minimize your your beauty routine in the morning. Go ahead and have that Shantae's Epilation, and yeah.
Also brought to you by Hype Hammer Clothing. Go to HYBRYD803.com. Scroll down to the store and get yourself a nice nifty hat, or get yourself a nifty shirt that's off camera right now. But yeah, get you some gear and rock with us. Yeah. Also, we got new music coming soon. And also with the Hot Hammer gear, the Shanty Rocks apparel. Make sure you check that out. Yeah, but basically the pronouns, you know, every to each his own, but I honestly don't think the kids need to be worried about that. And they tripped me out. He was like, he let his was a 3-year-old. He got a 3-year-old. Some dude said on Dr. Phil's show he got like a 3-year-old, and he trying to let the 3-year-old figure out what the 3-year-old want to do. And I'm like, dude, the 3-year-old be, you know, he's like he didn't want to, you know, if it was a boy, he didn't want him to get Tonka trucks and Power Rangers, and if it was a girl, he didn't want to have Barbie dolls for that pressure, you know, whatever it is, you know. And my thing, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I mean, let's be honest with you, like even growing up, you know, when we was younger, whatever, boys, you know how you used to play around, you know, with the girls' toys, but that don't mean they're necessarily, you know, thinking about, you know, them being a girl. They were just kind of just, you know, playing around. If anything,
I was taking the clothes off, rubbing the titties.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
It was.
It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna do that, but that don't mean that, you know, he think he, you know, is a
You know, they used to have a
girl
little
or-
slit down there too, down their little thing.
Mm-hmm. I used to big hit him.
I used to be pornos going on. It was West Coast Productions in there.
All right.
It had Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, it was going down. X-Men, it ain't matter.
Okay.
Barbie dolls was hoe.
Whole ass dog.
Whole ass dolls. Yeah. But yeah, man. That's and I forgot what I had a point. I had a subject.
It was like, oh boy, 3-year-old.
Yeah, the 3-year-old doesn't need to be just trying to figure it out. He needs to be able. He needs to be him and let him figure that out later, and not thinking about who he wants to be with or what they want to be with right now.
Mm-hmm.
They need to figure out who they want to be right now. That's what they need to be figuring out. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't change a lot of other things. So I don't know why that they just try to get you to change that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's natural. Like how you were saying, like with the blind people, like how do they know? How do the blind females know to be feminine? They never seen nobody move feminine, or you know what I'm saying, sway their hips, or you know, whatever. So it's like, how would they know? That's just, you know, a natural instinct. You know what I'm saying?
And they just, why is it so such a time? They're like, oh, they need to be accepted in the world. Like, dog, we never really bullied nobody like that. I mean,
no,
people got bullied for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
you know
for being
broke,
your clothes,
fat,
fat,
know, ugly,
short.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, people got bullied for a lot of other things. Why are we just focusing on this? You know, and that makes me think it's something else going on. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's just crazy. You know, we didn't just go ham on the people that was alternative in our school.
No.
You know what I mean? So,
like you said, it must be a hidden agenda.
Yeah, it must be something going on. You know, it's crazy. But we appreciate y'all rocking with us for as long as y'all rock with us. These are ideas on the pronoun situation. Hope we ain't offend nobody and all that goodness. Yeah. So before we get out of here, appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate Scuffy Dude coming through, chilling with us. Check us out tomorrow. We're gonna probably try to be 8, 9 o'clock, maybe think about 8 o'clock. We're gonna do Talk to Me Tuesdays, where we're gonna have a phone number and y'all call in and we can sit down and talk about life and things.
Chop it up.
You know what I'm saying? While we getting stuck, smoking that stuff. Hopefully the motherfucking music money come in so we can get something to smoke, because you know, we waiting. Anyway, anywho, appreciate all y'all. And until, catch this on Spotify also as well. Until next time, how do you turn this damn thing off? What?